Episode 2 of Love Next Door begins with a flashback where Seok Ryu convinces Seong Hyo to help her with a part-time job, cleaning barbecue grills at a restaurant. She later uses the money she earns to buy glow-in-the-dark star stickers for her room's ceiling and a gold brooch for her mother. Then she wakes up in a storage room that used to be her bedroom. Her mother remains grumpy, refusing to serve her breakfast even when her friends, Seong Hyo and Mo Yun, arrive to check on her. In a flashback to the previous night, despite her parents' efforts, Seok Ryu refuses to tell them the truth about her return. This is the reason behind her mother's unrelenting anger, which she expresses through drumming whenever she's upset and wants to hit something. Seok Ryu later brings rice cakes to Seong Hyo's new office. His co-workers are obviously interested in their childhood story, where Seok Ryu presents herself as Seong Hyo's saviour, since he was born in France and did not speak Korean. But the beautiful picture she paints about herself is soon shattered by Seong Hyo, who claims that she was not only dirty as a child, but also had no sense of boundaries, peeking at him in the bathroom and bullying him by making him it in the games the children used to play. Elsewhere, thanks to Seok Ryu's mother, Mi-suk's display of anger on the streets, the entire neighbourhood now thinks that Seok Ryu was fired from her job and cheated on her fiancé. Mi-suk complains about this to Mo Yun's mother, Jae-suk, and learns that her high school class reunion is taking place at Seong Hyo's office building's grand opening. Seok Ryu is having a blast meanwhile, doing absolutely nothing. This doesn't sit well with her mother, who tries to call her former fiancé the next day, but Seok Ryu eventually deletes his number from her phone. Elsewhere, Seong Hyo's company is struggling even before officially beginning their projects due to payment delays and a lack of clients. They meet with Dan Ho, who interviews them about their new venture. Simultaneously, Seok Ryu spends her time endlessly travelling on buses. Here we learn that not only was she laid off and struggled with racism at her workplace, but her fiancé also cheated on her when she needed him the most. Eventually, she ends up buying a pomegranate tree to gift Seong Hyo for his grand opening. The next day, things between Mi-suk and Seok Ryu seem to calm down as Mi-suk prepares to visit the grand opening, but keeps Seok Ryu from going because she's embarrassed about her situation. At the grand opening, Mi-suk becomes the butt of jokes about her daughter's unlikely comeback amidst all her bragging. We also discover that Mi-suk was smart enough to go to university, but couldn't because of poverty, so she derives all her self-worth from Seok Ryu. Mi-suk is having a hard time among her high school friends when Seok Ryu turns up at the venture to deliver Mi-suk's brooch. Unfortunately, Mi-suk's friends also meet Seok Ryu, and Mi-suk ends up lying to them, saying that Seok Ryu will be leaving for the US soon and she's been scouted by another big company. Seong Hyo watches this exchange from a distance. Back home, Seok Ryu and Mi-suk get into a huge argument where Mi-suk tries to force Seok Ryu to go back to the US. No matter how much Seok Ryu tries to make Mi-suk understand her struggles, she doesn't budge. Eventually, Seok Ryu leaves home with Seong Hyo behind her, as he'd heard their heated exchange. Seong Hyo keeps Seok Ryu company at the park, where Seok Ryu tries to hide her emotions, reminiscing about their childhood. Eventually, she lets go and cries profusely, with Seong Hyo quietly keeping her company. The next day though, Seok Ryu is out the whole day, but when she gets back, she finds a storeroom transformed exactly like her old room. Mi-suk had asked Seong Hyo to help redesign her room from scratch. He even got the glow-in-the-dark stars for her ceiling. Seok Ryu soon finds out that Seong Hyo has moved back into his old room in his house, which is right across from hers. And in a flashback, we see Seok Ryu and Seong Hyo sharing an intimate moment when they trip and fall on the bed while putting the glow-in-the-dark stickers in place, leaving episode 2 on a lovely note, ready for next week. So Love Next Door has really picked up with this second episode, guys. The show feels like a slice of life interlaced with great chemistry between Hae-in and So-min, creating a perfect recipe for success. The characters are so well portrayed, with phenomenal performances that elevate the experience of watching this K-drama. Not only that, but Love Next Door is actually pretty thoughtful and sensitive. Did you notice the text at the end transformed from hate to love with just a single change in the line? This little detail emphasizes a core theme in this episode: you cannot hate someone you don't love. The emotion of hate arises from love, justifying the tension between Mi-suk and Seok Ryu, as they both want what's best for each other. Their anger and fight stem from a place of love, and this episode, with its thoughtful and memorable dialogues and details, successfully brings out this theme. Overall, this was a great episode, and it certainly sets things up nicely for next week's double bill. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.